sermon number 12. And it's called Science is Catching Up with God, or the Bible. It says, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Well, and that is actually restored in the Hebrew. Doesn't mean he didn't make it. He didn't make it in the beginning of man. It was already there. He restored it. But it says that when he made the firmament, and the firmament in Hebrew means, believe it or not, transparent metal. And science has found out that if certain gases are in the atmosphere, they freeze and become a metal. Then that might explain light, because you see, in Isaiah it said, the stars sang to man. The sun, being the main light, would block it during the day, but as night falls, light particles would hit the firmament, or this metal atmosphere, the protection, and it would literally be, whatever, depending on the distance that the light came from and how strong it was. Now, science is catching up with that, with light particles. In fact, they're starting to have some understanding of solid light. And you take a laser, and it bounces back and forth within the original laser in a crystal, with mirrors on both sides, so it bounced back and forth. And after it built up enough strength, it would go through the mirror of the opposite side of the light source. And all that did was, because every time it reflected, it gained strength. It doubled in strength, to the point it could no longer be kept contained within the crystal. And you get a beam coming out. It's not a solid beam. It's actually light particles that are so close together, we tend to think it's a beam. But solid light is. Now imagine, this is the way, if you wanted to build solid light, like I'll give you, for instance, this is complete fantasy, but in Buck Rogers, or I think it was Buck Rogers, or when he was at I might be messing this up with the old serials of the 30s. Anyway, that when they were in the city of Ming, and they had a light bridge, they turn on the switch and the light, and you walk on the light. Well, that's not so far-fetched. If you understand, if you have a containment field and the light can't get out, if it's an open containment field and the light has no exit, those literally, the particles, I'm trying to get my hands there, oh, too far back there, literally become closer and closer till they touch. And when that happens, you've got solid light. Atoms never touch, but light particles can. And they could be as hard as anything. Nothing can go through it. So the idea that it may even be made into some type of protection, a shield or whatever, is not far-fetched. Like I said, science is just catching up. But maybe we need to catch on. See the light. Remember, God just spoke to the space and said, light be. We're starting to find out that it's not nothing there, but a source of energy. Space is like an ocean of energy. Anyway, gonna cut it short. Remember, God loves you, and Jesus loves you. All right, bye-bye.